Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am starting a new project pan and I'm feeling a little apprehensive about it, but I'm also so excited. So I'm going to do a combination of No Pan Left Behind and Project Level Up. Both of these projects will help me rotate through my eyeshadow collection, which is something I have been really wanting to do, and I have been like teetering on the fence for well over a year, like indecisive on which of the two projects to do. Can I even add in another project? And after watching It's Just Steph finally bite the bullet, I was like, you know what? I am my own worst enemy. Like, I can just try it out, and if it doesn't work, that's fine. I can drop it, and I think it'll just be a fun challenge for me. So, Project Level Up was created by Sophie Alexandra. She will definitely be linked in my description box, and that project is kind of a mashup of a lot of things. It's roulette, like pan those eyeshadows. It's No Pan Left Behind. It's pan in every palette. And so for level 1, you use every single shade in the palette one time and hit one pan and so on until you would like to restart at level 1. I don't have like super high expectations because I'm not the best at panning eyeshadows, but I would like to challenge myself. I am not someone who's going to ever do like a pan that palette, or I shouldn't say never. I don't foresee myself anywheres in the future doing a pan that palette. My mind may change. So I just want to rotate through things a little bit more. And then with No Pan Left Behind, which is going to be like the majority of this project, just as a way to shop my stash and rotate through more things. So I'm going to be pulling 4 palettes, 3 of which will be No Pan Left Behind, and 1 will be Project Level Up. I will choose which palette is going to be Project Level Up after drawing all 4. If it is a brand new palette to me, never used before, that's automatically going to be No Pan Left Behind. I don't think it's going to be feasible for me to hit pan in 1, 2, 3 shades in a brand new palette. And if a palette is already currently in a project, it can't be drawn in right now, but if I hit my goal in another project, it's eligible for this one. I hope that makes sense. I'm feeling a little bit crazy, and I know that I haven't been on my panning game this year, but I've just been itching to touch more things in my collection. And I've also missed hitting pans and eyeshadows because while I was never overly successful with pan those eyeshadows, which is why I stopped that project, outside of that project, I don't really hit pan on anything. I've hit 3 pans of eyeshadow this whole year. We're almost halfway through the year. So Project Level Up, I love watching it so much, and I just want to give it a try. And like I said, this is no pressure. I'm not going to be stressing myself out about it. I just want to try it. I would like the challenge. I'm feeling really inspired by makeup again. I've been hitting some goals, and I'm just excited about it, so I'm going to do it. If I become not excited about it, I will stop doing it. I will update this around, like between the 15th and the 20th every month. The 20th is Deck of Panning, but in that area of the month, like I said, I'm going to be drawing 4 palettes, 3 of them No Pan Left Behind. And then if, for example, I hit my level 1 and 1 or 2 of my No Pan Left Behind, and I roll in 3 palettes in this example, I will then hand pick out of the 3 which I want to be my level 2. Does that make sense? So I'm still it's still random, but a little less stressful for me. I feel like I'm not making any sense. I am a little concerned on the feedback for this video. I did ask in my community tab, like, do you guys think I'm crazy? Should I do it? And people were like, yes, you're crazy, but we love to see it. Was like at 90% or something last I checked. And then, no, you're crazy, please don't add another project, was at like 10%. So we're gonna do it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's fine. I finally downloaded Tiny Decisions, so I don't have to use my Pretty Random app. I have all of my palettes in here, so we might have to re-roll if it's already in a project. And I also have collections of singles in here. So like my Makeup Geek singles or my M Cosmetics singles, because those are also neglected, and a few other things. Let's get the show on the road. Should I screen record or can you see? I'm gonna screen record. Okay, 4 palettes. Palette number 1. We have the Fantasy Cosmetica Druid palette. Palette number 2, we have the Odin's Eye Hella palette. My Ofra singles. I don't even remember where those are exactly. Okay, one more. Jackie Aina. Okay, I think I've made my decision. I feel nervous. Okay, for Project Level Up, Level 1, I am choosing my Odin's Eye Hella palette. This is in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. I love this palette so much. It was my favorite palette of 2022. I even kept the sleeve. Like, I think the artwork is so stunning. And I have seen people pan this without too much trouble, and I think I should be able to as well. So I need to use every single shade in here one time and then hit one pan. My eye is immediately at Double-Sided or Hellfire. I also love River, like one of these shimmery shades. I have a dip kind of going in Golden Bridge up here, so I'm not too sure exactly which shade I'm going to zero in on hitting pan, but I can tell you it's going to be a shimmer shade, and I'm just so excited to get a lot more use out of this. It is like, I feel like this can go with any season. I'm really eyeing these pinks right now, but these greens are very on trend with the palettes being released. So this is going to be my Project Level Up Level 1 palette. And then for No Pan Left Behind, I first have my Fantasy Cosmetica Druid palette. This was sent to me in PR. I do have a code with Fantasy Cosmetica. This is very fall-esque, so I'm going to use every shade in here one time. I don't think I could feasibly hit pan on any of these like overly easily, if that makes sense. So that's why I chose the Hella palette for hitting a pan, but I'm very excited to pull this out. Again, these browns and grungy greens. I'm very happy to be pulling palettes out that I can kind of almost recreate looks that people are posting with a lot of these new palettes being released. My Ofra singles are actually in this Coastal Scents palette, but they are just these 6. And then this is a Luxie shadow, so I'm just going to include that as well. So I'll have 7 shades in here to use one time each. It's just a very neutral shades in here. And they definitely get hardly any love at all. They're also old, so I will be able to determine like if they have gone bad or not, which is also something I'm looking forward to, especially when it comes to the singles. So it's just, these 6 are the Ofra shades, and this is a Luxie shade. So I will include that as well. Again, just use each shade one time. This will be really easy to roll out fast. And lastly, I have my ABH Jackie Aina palette. I love this palette so much. This palette does have one pan in it, but I feel like I don't have a ton of dips. I was kind of going back and forth for level 1 between these two, but ultimately decided on Hella, as you know. So I need to use every shade in here one time. Actually, so in Deck of Painting last year, I got the card like represents another project, and I did Project Level Up, and I got this palette for level 1, and that's how I hit this one pan. So that's kind of fun. This is going to be No Pan Left Behind once again, and I'm excited about that and being able to use every shade. I don't know if this will be rolled out super fast, but I'm really looking forward to like this half of the palette for right now. And it feels good to just keep getting use on these things. these palettes and not having them go to waste. So already I'm just so happy with my decision. I don't think it should be too hard to hit pan in the Hella palette, and I'm going to be so happy to have this in my everyday makeup drawer regardless, to use every single shade and then use one of the shades, you know, repeatedly. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm very happy with my selection. The only ones I'm not like excited about are the Ofra singles, but they'll be really easy to move along and they deserve to have some use on them, or they should be decluttered. So that will be really good to determine. This was very impromptu. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. This could be a mistake, but it's okay. I think it's going to be fun, and then if it's not fun, that'll be the end of it. Thank you guys for watching me ramble and start yet another project pan. Let me know if you think I'm absolutely crazy in the comments down below. I'm really excited about it. I think this is going to be so much fun. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!